and Loves. It's your girl, Lady T.
And it's Robin. Ding. So you guys know what night it is. This was the part 2 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
She didn't say it right, guys. I tried to teach her.
Oh, good.
Well, let's get right into it. This was a very good reunion. This part 2 was good.
It is. They're starting to get into some things. So first starting off with Nene and Kenya. So if you guys remember from last season, they had made some type of wager that Nene propositioned Kenya, telling her that about putting up money to the Detroit public school, something like that. And Nene told her if she put up $20,000, she'll put up $20,000. So Kenya has put her money up. She put it all on Twitter and all kinds of shenanigans about having the people acknowledge that she did this good deed.
Exactly. And
Nene has yet to have sent her money in. So they argued about that. Of course, Kenya says she's fake and evil. She won't give the money. And Nene saying she's not going to do anything and making a mockery out of charity and having to boast about it and put it on social media and this, that, and the third. Now, you guys know I love Nene to death. I feel like in this situation, since
she issued the challenge.
Yeah.
But what I was telling Robin off before we had started filming, I really feel like it wasn't a thing of Nene actually going to donate, because like she said in the day, she could donate anytime without being forced, without doing it in front of the public eye. What I really think she did was to kind of play Kenya's hand, and make Kenya force, to donate. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously Kenya haven't donated. So the fact that Nene issued a challenge, which goes to show how much these ladies have a problem with Nene. But since Nene issued a challenge, she immediately wrote that check, plastered up with social media, and Nene didn't do her part, but what you didn't want to realize, and I feel this way, that Nene played Kenya and got Kenya to do something. Checkmate.
And that's true. You're true about it.
Yeah.
So although I feel like Nene definitely, donate when she feel like it. Just donate the money and do it double. Do 40, 50,000 to show her it ain't no thing of you not being able to do it. But of course they argued about that. I think it's just a major power struggle between them two. Or Kenya trying to make Nene to be
discredit Nene.
Yeah,
you got this Broadway, this and that. You saying you're this rich bitch, this and that. But at the end of the day, the woman can do that, because let's go back to season 1 when it was a struggle. Yeah. She played this reality game very, very well.
Exactly.
Very well.
And people sitting here trying to make it look like people are not jealous or trying to be what she is.
It's a lot of hate. A lot of hate.
Come on now. That's why you're on the show. You wouldn't be on the show if it wasn't to gain you exposure or to get more money or to get you more opportunities. There would be no reason for you to be on the show.
I mean, if you wouldn't want to think about it, to me, Nene was just an everyday person, where Kenya had some kind of notoriety in her low-budget movies, and her straight-to-DVD movies. So for you to come to reality to get your paychecks now and to get yourself reestablished, let's call it what it is. But we're going to get off that subject.
Yeah. So next thing, the Kandi and Phaedra friendship saga. So I don't know. We differ on this one.
We were on the same page during the show.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest with you. When Kandi kind of explained things and explained her side fully, I still feel the same way, but I do get more of a sense of it was a kind of hit and miss or a miscommunication between the two, that cat and mouse game. Being that, we watch the show, and like they say, we only do see one side of it. They're going to play off the drama of saying we're going to get one-sided information. So with Kandi kind of explained her way of how things are really going down, that there were times that she would reach out, or there was moments that, she was busy at the moment or whatever. So I do get a sense of that. Then I do also feel where Kandi's coming from. Missed opportunities to say anything you did not do, Phaedra. And that's probably the only issue I feel like this. You didn't go speak about Kandi to the other ladies. We've seen that. It was their own opinion seeing things. But I do feel like at that certain moments when you did have opportunities to pull Kandi aside, you should have said, well, Kandi, I feel this way. You know what I'm saying? I do feel that way. Yeah.
I agree. She definitely should have spoke to her friend, because with me and my friends, that is a big issue. I don't like it. If you have a problem, talk to me.
Exactly.
You have to tell me, because I'm not going to know if you don't speak. And then what happens is exactly what has happened. Time has passed with Phaedra feeling some type of way, and she hasn't said anything. And now really it looks like y'all's friendship is over, to be honest. But why I feel like I don't agree with the whole thing of, you know, okay, Kandi has stuff going on too, and Phaedra should have reached out to her too, and all that. I don't agree, because you're trying to compare one of your family members who was close to you going to jail, or whatever the case may be, which wasn't played out in the public because nobody knew about it.
Exactly.
To this woman losing her whole family.
Yeah.
You know, she lost her husband. Now her boys are affected. Now she has to deal with that. Now, and then this was played out in the public. Yeah. You don't know who may not want to deal with her, because people still feel like she had something to do with what he was doing.
Had knowledge of that.
Exactly. So she literally, this could really hurt her in the long run.
Yeah.
And I feel like as a friend, this girl's going through it. She shouldn't have to contact you.
Yeah.
That's your job to contact her. That's your job to check up on her. I don't care if it's a text message, I'm thinking about you, whatever. Just like she said, Nene
she said it, yeah.
You could have done the same thing, and that's the whole thing.
Take 2 seconds out your day to pick up your phone and, hey, you know, just checking on you, on my mind, you're on my thoughts and prayers.
Exactly.
And keep it moving. At least have some kind of contact with the person, know that you are thinking of them.
Exactly. And honestly, I think, to be honest, I feel like Kandi doesn't like Nene so much. When she seen Nene and Phaedra getting close, that's why I feel like Kandi separated herself. And my thing is, be real about it. If that's why you separated yourself from Phaedra, because you didn't like that her and Nene were getting so close, say so. Phaedra has no point but to respect it or to not. But I really feel like if you would have expressed to her that you have a problem with it, she probably would have backed away from Nene a little bit. But it just I just think, you know, I hope they make it up. I think they are good friends, but to me it seemed like Phaedra wants to make up. I think Kandi at this point isn't entertaining it. I think she kind of is done with it or whatever. Exactly. So in that, the next thing, Apollo.
Oh God. I hope we don't spend too much time on this, because at the end of the day, I look at it like this, and I'm glad a viewer touched on the subject, because literally as it was going on, I said I wish we knew when to write in the question so they would be in Andy's hand at the reunion.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Apollo was charged with crimes, fraudulent activity, falsifying documents, stealing, forgery, robbery, you name it, he's done it, in the sense of being fake, altering documentation.
Exactly.
What makes y'all think this man is going to prison? This man has been labeled as the man who brought shame to Southern Belle Phaedra Parks. He already knows. He knew going in when he was going to prison, Phaedra was going to divorce him.
Yeah.
He lost.
Exactly.
So why not? Let me do some more damage. Exactly. Let me shame her and shame her Southern good name before I go, so people can have an image of her not being so Southern. So why not open up fake account? There's so many apps that you can do that.
Especially with text messages and
apps, and I mean,
it's a lot of
crazy.
things.
So what makes you think he did not do that to shame her? Go show Todd and Kandi and Peter and, you know, you didn't go to Cynthia with it, because you knew at the end of the day, that's your day, you know, they would have some kind of some friendship. You went to Peter with it. And show it, put it on Facebook. Put it on the show.
Exactly.
She did all this now. She's talking to some guy named Chocolate. Dude, really? And for anybody to go around and take the information and run with it, shame on you. And at the end of the day, when I see what Cynthia did, Peter, we already know Peter, his ways, his character, as far as being messy. You have nothing else going on. Your children are grown. Your bars are shutting down. You're opening one. You're trying to come to our neighborhood 15 minutes away, trying to open up a bar. But I think it's really open.
It is.
Anyways,
which I would not be attending. My friend went and had a shindig there. I'm not going.
But you, Cynthia, did the ultimate no. You should have, personally, if you knew you so much stigma for Kenya and you felt like how it was all displayed by Kenya being a whore, whatever, this and that, you should have called Phaedra, text her, whatever, say, hey girl, your husband just came and told my husband this. Exactly. Just want to give you the heads up.
Exactly, but
you
went
do that. You
did
made
it
a public spectacle about
it. That's the whole point of it. And it's so weird to me that all of a sudden now we owe Kenya an apology. We don't owe Kenya nothing. Listen here, if you want to apologize, it's going to come from your heart. We don't need to do this big group session of everyone trying to make people feel bad for not apologizing. The moral of the story is these are two separate situations.
Take me now.
They're two separate situations, and I feel like the fact that people are literally going to say, let's believe Apollo when it comes to Kenya, but let's not believe him, or let's not believe Apollo when it comes to Kenya, but we're going to believe him when it comes to Phaedra. So he was telling the truth then. It makes no sense. It's either you're lying or not.
And you
can't be lying about this and telling the truth.
Yeah, and then over the thing where Phaedra should come back and apologize. At the end of the day, that's her husband. Being a wife, but I haven't been a wife, but my sister can really testify that when your husband comes back and tell you something, your first instinct is to believe him because that's the man you chose to be with. That's the man that you took over.
And not to mention, we've been seeing the open flirtation. Regardless of which way you want to look at it.
She's saying.
Exactly. It makes no sense at all. So that jumps into the next topic with Greg, Peter, and the whole flirtation and getting in the women's business. Like, get out of here. Are we really going to say, we've seen how Nene and Peter used to be towards each other. Yeah. And honestly, it was funny. It was joking.
I never took it as a flirtation.
Yeah, I never took it serious.
Brother-sister relationship.
Yeah, I didn't take it as a brother-sister relationship. I just took it as her being overly funny about people already kind of feeling like something was going on between them. That's the way I took it. And the fact that they were all
worded that a couple times.
And the fact that they were all very close. Now, Kenya comes into this situation, and the first thing you do is start being too touchy-feely with Apollo. It was so
the first thing you met Apollo on when you did your little interview thing. Favorite husband Apollo was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here, man.
Sure did.
Anyways,
so that's my whole thing. Like, let's cut it out. But even if so, let's not all forget how the flirtation thing came about and how it even came about with Apollo in Kenya. It came from Kenya. Are we all forgetting this, or am I going crazy?
You're not going crazy.
She was the one that said, okay, well, tell your husband to stop texting me then. You said that. That's how it got started, honey. Not because no one threw it on you. You started it by insinuating something was going on between you and Apollo when you said that. Because if it was innocent text messages, what was the point of you making it like that? You did something and you tried to spin it in your favor, which you always do. I can't like her. I can't stand it. But anyway, so what we said we're going to start doing is, listen here, the party is on Twitter after the shows are off.
Yeah.
So we went through and we seen some of our favorite tweets. So we're going to read, not even favorite, but some tweets that could have been like funny, or they maybe brought up a question or statement that I feel like it should have been more addressed. So the first one guys, and you know what? I'm like blind as a bat. So I'm going to put my glasses on. Like,
without the glasses. Really?
Can you read the first one, please? Thank you.
Blind. All right. This first tweet is from Daisy5730. If Cynthia lies and says she didn't care one more time, you care because you ran and told everyone, bang, pow, boom.
Exactly. That's my whole thing. Like, you keep making like, I don't care what you do, I don't care what it pop. You did care because you couldn't wait to sit down with Claudia in Kenya and spread this girl's business.
If it was something you wanting to help Kenya, why did you have Claudia there? Mm-hmm. It was Demika, what's her name? Demika, whatever her name is, Kennedy. Roger Bob.
Casper.
Yeah.
She's not here.
Because you're a ghost, honey. Yeah, I mean, that was, at the end of the day, Cynthia, you were wrong for that. And there's no way you come out of that. Your reason for saying that, you wanted her to clear the air. That was not your job to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Find out what your husband's doing in Charlotte.
Exactly. So, next one is from Beautiful. And she says, Claudia's looking like the PTA mom who brings the worst snack.
Those are the most stale chicks ever. I mean, even her face, she was looking like,
it was like,
I brought these snacks.
Like, everything, like, she kept making faces like that and little comments on her breath. Like, please, she is a waste of space. Please give this to somebody who is actually married or dating or is living in Atlanta. They keep getting these people
tried to have a storyline creating false drama with Portia.
that really didn't like. Anyways, next one.
Hated it.
This one's from Michelle Brown at AT Alien, which I'm sure you all is very popular. We love her tweets. But this is what she says.
She says, Kandi is fighting a losing battle with this one. She totally dropped the friendship ball. What is it?
It's IMO.
IMO.
That's just my opinion.
That's just my opinion.
So that's what I mean. You may not. I think you don't agree with that, but I agree with that 100%. I just feel like in some way, shape, or form, when it comes to friendship and something's going on, you need to know when to step your friendship game up when your friend's in need and hurting. Clearly, she was hurting. It was not her place to contact you. It was not her place to be the one having to check up on you and reach out to you. That's not the way it works when she's the one hurting. Yes, true indeed, you were going through something. No one's taking that from you. I have sympathy for you for what you were going through, but it could not been to the magnitude of what Phaedra was going through.
And if you remember that, I forgot whose sheeting they were at. I'm kind of going back to it. You remember when it was real that Kandi did know about the text message? And her whole thing, she was saying she was going to tell Phaedra.
And then I told her. Yeah, but then on the reunion you were saying you did tell her. That's why I feel like Phaedra did not want to go in on Kandi for the fact that they had a friendship. She did not want to go in and say what she wanted to say. You could tell in her face stuff that Kandi was saying. She was just kind of like, she just didn't want, I don't think she wanted to engage in anything with Kandi that could possibly mess up their friendship even further. Yeah. But, okay, so the last tweet is from Dwayne J. And he says, Cynthia trying too hard to be shady. She looks stupid. Yes. Like, cut it out. This is not who you are. And if this is who you are, like I said last week, you were fake all this time prior to that. Yes. It makes no sense. You've not been this cast person.
But it goes to what Nene says. Nene says everything. You know, Cynthia's trying to play the innocent person. Cynthia is really a mean girl. Mm-hmm. And usually, 9 times out of 10, usually the models, the ones who think they're gorgeous and all that, usually can be a mean girl. Yeah. So you just proved Nene's point. Yeah. You don't know, but you proved Nene's point.
All of a sudden now I'm different because I'm not letting people get away with stuff. So, but anyway, so we'll be back next week, or not next week, tomorrow, for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Do it right.
Hopefully I can't do it.
Atlanta!
Hopefully it's better than last week. I don't know if you guys seen that ridiculous video, because everything was a mess. I was a mess. She was acting crazy. The episode was a mess.
I'm sleepy tonight, but I'm here for you.
Get it, fight.
We love you.
No, she's sleepy because she tried to hang with the big dogs and look at the fight last night.
I got into it.
And then she was so upset because Pacquiao lost. But anyways, guys, so we'll be back tomorrow with our video. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter.
And
bye, guys.
Bye.